The moment you walk into a store, you are bombarded with choices. Different brands, colors, logos, different benefits they claim to be having. And as someone who works in marketing, let me tell you that a lot goes into convincing you to do certain things. Keeping that in mind, let's look at how you can go to a regular grocery store and also shop more consciously. So I'm really excited because this is the first video in a series of videos that is the Zero Waste Grocery Store Challenge. And this is a collaboration with some amazing girls. I'll put the map right here so you can see it. Words cannot even begin to describe how excited I am to be able to work with such amazing individuals who are really working to encourage individual action in their fields. And so I'll link all the bloggers down below and you can check them out because they're gonna be covering specific grocery stores in their areas. So maybe if you live in one of those regions in the United States, you might be able to gain some tips of how to shop there. Even if you don't live in one of these regions, maybe you live abroad, hopefully this will help you get some ideas on how to shop with more minimal waste and how to shop more consciously. So my challenge for the month of June was to shop exclusively at a store here in the South called Publix. It's a store predominantly here in Florida. Now I want to create a quick disclaimer that in no way are we being sponsored by these grocery stores and we're not promoting their practices or their beliefs. In fact, a lot of these grocery stores I personally don't like to support. But for the purpose of this video, we are choosing the most popular grocery stores in our regions. And for me, Publix is one of them, as well as later on in the challenge, I'll be covering Walmart and showing you how to shop there. The idea is not to show you that you should be shopping at these stores. You should be shopping local as much as you can, but we know that a lot of people don't have access to these things, which is why this challenge came to be, to really help you find solutions on how to reduce your waste. Now, another quick disclaimer before we get started, this is not gonna be zero waste. And I don't want 5 million comments telling me, how is that being zero waste, blah, blah, blah. I am trying my best, it's a challenge. There is going to be waste produced. It's impossible to not have plastic wraps around your produce or the stickers or like certain lids. It's impossible. So keep that in mind as we go forward and let's work to just reduce how much waste we produce in general, because if you multiply how much waste people produce with using plastic produce bags or any other thing, it adds up really quickly. So if you can do your part, you can do that one thing to reduce your waste, it makes a huge impact in the long run. How am I going to be zero waste at a regular grocery store? I kept going through this in my head multiple times, like how am I even gonna do this? How can I even tell people to go zero waste at a regular grocery store if I don't really know what I'm doing either? So I thought that's the beauty of it. I went with a big plan and I'm kind of winging it as we go along, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes as well as you can give me different tips and tricks that you might do when shopping at a normal conventional store, not a bulk bin store, or shopping local, and how to reduce my waste. So this is what I bought on my first trip to Publix. First thing I'd like to recommend before leaving the house is to have some sort of vague grocery list. It doesn't have to be super specific, but just an idea of what you need in your house so that you don't end up with a bunch of things that don't really make sense. I also recommend being prepared, and that means bringing your own reusable tote bags and produce bags if that's something you like to use. I personally didn't end up using them, but they're always helpful. So moving along to what I bought at the store. Now this isn't everything I got. I did forget to put a few things back on the table, but for the most part this is what I bought, and this is for 1 week of groceries for 1.5 people. So me and then the occasional days that my roommate eats with me. So I bought kale because you can find it plastic free. I got some potatoes. I found these carrots plastic free, which is kind of a rare find, so I really liked being able to find those. I picked up some bell peppers in different colors, some red cabbage because I love eating red cabbage. I got a papaya and some bananas and just some miscellaneous oranges, apples, and lemons. I was missing some pantry items, so I went ahead and bought them in glass. So this is some organic peanut butter, and I found it in glass, and this one wasn't that expensive. And then I got some Dijon mustard. I put mustard in a lot of my chickpea smashes, and I do go through it fairly often. I normally wouldn't have bought a jar this big, but I thought it's probably better to buy a large one rather than buying a bunch of small ones. I also went ahead and bought some fresh herbs, so I had some cilantro and parsley. I also bought a few canned goods. Now you can buy dried goods in a large plastic bag, like a really large amount of quantity. I haven't had enough time to actually be at home to cook dried goods, so that's why I bought the canned goods. Now this is organic. Black beans, I got some chickpeas, and then I got some coconut milk. I also picked up some oatmeal because I like eating overnight oats. I think it's a quick and easy breakfast. And this came in cardboard, and then the lid is in plastic. So that will be the waste of this thing. But it's a really large quantity, so hopefully that lasts me for a really long time. I try to find things that came in loose in cardboard. Now it's really hard because I found that most things come in plastic even though they're in a cardboard box. I found this quinoa and it comes loose in plastic, and it has a little like package in it that has spices in it. So I thought it was an okay solution until I went to pay and realized it was really expensive compared to just regular quinoa. So we'll see what my solution is for the next time. I bought some dark chocolate with sea salt and almonds as a splurge. So those were some of my groceries. Like I said, I forgot a few things. I bought a large bag of rice, the largest bag of brown rice that Publix sold. So that came in plastic. It was already in a jar so it'd keep fresh, which apparently is why I didn't end up on this table. But for the most part, this is what I bought, and I like to cook most of my meals at home. So I make something that revolves around vegetables. I'll show you guys some meals in the future. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any video requests down below. For now, don't forget to live sustainably and consciously, and I will see you in my next video. I totally just hit my face. It's okay.